From the 215 to 302, we kick some facts and talk the news. We keeping it real while acting a fool. So pardon my arrogance and let me holla at you.
Let's talk about Drake, right? Right now, it's October the 10th. Drake just released his newest album for all the dogs last week. I don't know if y'all listened to it.
I don't think it was for the dogs.
It wasn't for the dogs. It was not for the dogs.
Smooth for the kids' ads,
It
bro.
was definitely not for the dogs.
And don't get me wrong, there's some tracks on there that I'm like, all right. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it's 5 of them.
Then there's some tracks I'm like, you ever just let it rock?
Yeah.
And then I'm in there, nigga back and I'm pushing 450.
Right. Throwing it up.
And I'm struggling on my set because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck are you talking about?
What am I hearing? Are you crying? Are you crying? Are you a Billy that's crying?
Bro, you got entirely too, and I know we say it all the time. Money ain't gonna get rid of the bitch assness.
Facts.
Either you a real G, if you was thorough before the money, you gonna be thorough after the money. It's just thorough nigga with money, I feel like can take over the world.
I find that
that's what Hov always did. Hov is a thorough nigga who got bread, and you can see what he do with his shit.
Money sometimes cloaks the bitch assness though. You got a bag, you start moving a certain way. Right, you move a certain way, you surround yourself with a certain crowd. You look like you a decent bull, but usually the bitch assness always finds a way to seep itself out. Yo, 18 out of 23 tracks on this album, this boy is crying about Johns that have played him. Literally, that's the only way I can put it. He's crying about Johns that have played him.
Yo, it's wild shit, bro. Yo.
Now look, I'm not in this.
Are you
camp.
surprised?
I am.
But I am. Marvin's Room, he was doing it in Marvin's Room.
I know, but you're supposed to grow in life. Marvin's Room was
nigga, that nigga braids not even growing, bro. That nigga braids been the same goddamn size for 5 years, yo. Like I swear to God, I bet if I grow my hair the same length he's grow, my shit'd be down my back.
Now, I think one of the explanations is that Joe Budden hit the nail on the head. It's part of who you hanging around.
Joe Budden said, and as you see, within the past week, they got into a little
right.
yip yap. Unfortunately, we don't agree with everything Joe Budden does. Sometimes Facts. Joe Budden does a little corny shit.
Yeah, 100%.
Like the shit he was doing with Yachty.
100%.
Maybe the beef stems from that. Because remember when Yachty was on Joe Budden's podcast, he was barring and talking about some trash, and Yachty was like, "Go calm down, bro."
Right.
And you know that Yachty and Drake,
they like tight. This, they like that. You know what I mean?
Right? You know what I'm saying? A little too tight for my comfort. But
too tight.
Too tight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, but that stems from all the way to that. So he could have a borderline underneath beef with that.
Possibly.
But what he said wasn't off wasn't off basis, dog.
Nail on the head.
And he not even saying nothing crazy. He didn't even bar you, bro. Like he just said his opinion. As any opinions are like assholes, everybody got them.
And if y'all don't know, he basically said, yo, you hanging around the young bulls, you 36, you hanging around all these 20-something-year-olds.
And you smashing the same age Jones.
And you smashing too many young Jones. And don't get me wrong, ain't nothing wrong smashing younger Jones.
But I mean, somebody told that to R. Kelly.
Don't be chill. We're not going
there. Somebody told that to R. Kelly. He was like this. Oh, word? All right, cool.
We ain't going back to fucking Relly. We ain't going back to shotgun to the nuts.
I heard something recently about that nigga too, yo.
I seen a picture recently of this bull with the wild. Did I send it in the group chat with the wild purple fit, the snake skin? He had the double Dewey on, the double fucking beaters on. I'm like, yo, this bull was on some wild shit. I'm like, put the picture up.
But what he said wasn't off basis. But Drake's response to that, to me, was. Now, he may have said some true shit in there, too, about Joe Budden's music career. Everybody knows Joe Budden's music career wasn't what it's supposed to be, especially because I felt as though that he did have bars.
I fuck with Budden back in the day. I bought his album. That one album he had, Jump It Up. That album was a banger to me.
He has bars. So he has lyricism, but he just didn't capitalize on his music career probably the way that he wanted to.
Let's be clear. Drake flamed him, though.
He did flame him.
He flamed him in that message in the IG joint.
As emotional to me.
100%.
Because at the end of the day,
everybody got opinions.
Somebody asked Ye. Somebody said they wasn't really feeling his album.
Remember, Charlamagne
said something. Yeah,
one of Yeezy's albums,
and then they said it to Ye. He was like, "That's cool, I guess."
That's cool.
That's the response you give, yo. You're supposed to be unbothered, yo.
Yeah, you a Billy.
The fuck? I don't give a fuck about what this nigga saying. It's his job to talk about me. The more he talks about me, the more Billies I get.
I'm not a Billy, and niggas talk about me all the time, and I keep it pushing. If I had a Billy, I really would keep it pushing. I don't have energy to do what?
My cousin, because I come from a family of jokesters and shit, yo. That's where I get my natural sense of humor from. You go to my family function, if you're not ready, you gonna get flamed.
You getting bust on.
Flamed, bro. I'm talking about for hours, bro. I'm talking about they'll go play basketball, come back, and then still see you with them same fucking bobos on, and they'll flame you again for an hour. The thing is, though, my cousin used to always tell me, don't come back with no real shit. If they talk about you, and they be like, well, at least I get money, though, or at least I get bitches, though. Like, that's coming back with some real shit rather than coming back and then make it look like you actually care.
Yeah, you
make it like you hurt.
You
and it's only going to make it worse.
Right.
Because they're going to get on you further now because now it seems like they're getting to you. Same shit, yo.
Right.
It seemed like you get that what he said hits you, so you took time out of your day to respond. That's some emotional shit, yo. And it only further provides truth that you a simp ass nigga, bro.
That's a fact. That's the moral of the story, Drake. You a simp ass nigga. It's just crazy that for years we've always said it. Drake make hits. He make bangers, summer bangers, right? He became the new king of the summer.
Yeah.
For summers on him and Khaled, king of the summers. But then
Chris.
But then it's just like the overwhelming theme keeps popping back up, and it's this late in your career, and it's still popping back up. That 18 out of 23 tracks, you are crying. Anybody who don't believe me, go listen to it one time for yourself. He cries on every track almost, bro. I think tracks 4, 5, 6, and 7 is the only ones he's not crying, and then after that, it goes back to crying about. She played me, and the lyrics, some of the lyrics, I might put some of them on the screen. It's absolutely insane.
And you know what bothers me? That our youth is like sponges, bro.
Let's segue.
So when they listen to you, which you are a fucking popular figure, yo, they're going to listen to your album.
Yep.
And they're going to listen to it, and innately they're going to start thinking that I have to go through this in order to ultimately find whoever I need to find. When in actuality is that's not the way to go, pimping.
Look, so Button talks about that. He mentioned Kai Cenat. Shout out to Kai Cenat, #1 streamer in the world, right? Kai did a whole album release review of the Drake album.
About him too in the album.
Yeah, because they homies. Yeah. That's his little homie, right?
Kai's everybody home.
But so Button's flaming him like, you shouldn't be hanging with the young boys. I'm not necessarily going to knock that, but don't let the young boys influence you. More importantly, don't be influencing the young boys wrong. Now, I seen a couple snippets and Kai's going crazy over some of these songs, and I don't know if that's cat for the cam or if that's really. I honestly, let's lead to the latter. It's really this is the younger generation thinks it's cool to be crying over these bitches. To be thinking that you got to get played and this, that, and the third, and it's part of what we talked about before, what we're going to talk about in a minute, the new mentality of the younger female generation that I got to pimp a nigga and dump him. I got to get his bag and bust a move. So now the men, we talked about this before, now we starting to see it even more, is that the young boys are starting to think, oh, well, that's what I'm about to experience anyway. So boom, boom, boom. And, just to see that overwhelming reaction of the younger generation loving this boy crying and simping over Jones, it's really troubling. It's really troubling to see.
Shame.
And the segue.
From the 215 to 302, we kicking some facts and talking the news. We keeping it real while acting a fool. So pardon my arrogance and let me holla at you.